What's going on, everyone? Thanks once again for coming back and checking our channel. And the purpose of this video is just to get into something new that I learned. These are the 3 levels of achievements that you will find in any and every single category. That is sports, that is business, that is whether you work for somebody else, whatever that is. There are 3 levels of achievements, 3 levels of beliefs also that I will be getting into right now. So stay tuned for that. All right, awesome. There are 3 levels that every successful person in whatever field that they're in, they will always find themselves into. The first level, it's gonna be the underachiever, right? And then I have a quote here. These are the people that wake up every day with the same doubts, same fears that every other person wakes up every single day. We're all humans. We all go through the same. We all experience those limiting beliefs, those self-doubts that at times, just gets in the way of achieving the things that we want to do in life. And so therefore, underachievers and overachievers and also the achiever, we go through the same daily struggle. But underachievers, as it says here, just like everybody else, we're all humans, right? But the underachiever, they never really have a purpose of why they're doing the things that they're doing. They don't really care, right? They don't believe in anything or anybody, especially themselves. An underachiever is not going to believe on themselves. It's not really going to believe on them being able to do what is it that they want to do for themselves, whether that is making more sales, that is earning a higher income, whether that is keeping up with the commitment that they decided to not follow through because of that limiting belief that starts kicking in the brain. Underachievers, they live on that. It's like a space where you just stay. It's a bubble. When you hear the phrase, okay, step out of your bubble or get out of your comfort zone, that's really what it means. A lot of underachievers, they stay within that bubble. They believe that the world is against them and there's really nothing else for them. So unless they are willing to make a major decision for themselves, then that is when they can make that shift for them. So again, it goes back to shifting your paradigm, aligning yourself with your values, changing the way you see things. If I tell you that the sky is gray, but it's really blue, right? Shifting the paradigm, looking at things differently from a different angle is how you, as an underachiever, are gonna be able to make that difference. There's really no point in arguing with an individual like that because they believe what they believe and you cannot change their belief unless they're willing to make the change for themselves. Now, with that being said, there's the second level, right? The second level is the achiever. You can find several of these examples. Let's just take the NBA, for example, or the Major League Baseball. Typically, you have a good player, a solid player that makes it to the NBA or the Major League. And these players, they have achieved their goal. They have achieved their success. They have gotten the pay that they want to get. They are in a team, in a roster. They get the playing time. They get the minutes. But there's nothing else that they want to go above, aside from that, from just being where they are and being comfortable on what they're doing. They're just simply happy, doing better than their peers. It's all about them. It's all about me. There's nobody else. It's just me. They're just happy that they're doing better than their family members and their neighbors and their other communities, other players in the NBA. There's nothing else outside of that. So as I said, it is for them. It's really nothing else other than just themselves. It's not about how can I make my teams better, right? That is where you find great players where they're gonna make the team around them that much better. So that is what achievers do. And they're not willing to go the extra mile. I'm okay with where I'm staying. I'm okay where I'm at. And believe me, there's nothing wrong with that. There's really nothing wrong with being an achiever. However, when it comes to setting goals and really being more than what you set out to do, or just really being more than what you already have, it's gonna take more than that. You can transform. You can transform. There's just gotta be a bigger purpose for that. That is where the overachievers come in. So as it says here, is, these are warriors who are affected by the same challenges that the other groups have. The overachievers, they go through the same struggle. They go through the same phases of waking up in the morning. There's going to be doubts. There's going to be fears. However, there's no stopping. There's nothing else that's going to get in my way from achieving the goal that I ultimately want to achieve. They feel frustrated most of the time, but those feelings, they do not stop them. Even with the urge to want to quit, they find some type of way to rise to the occasion, to rise to compete and take the challenge. Overachievers are obsessed with winning. Take, for example, the late Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant is one of the all-time greats in the NBA, probably top 3, top 5, with no argument. Kobe Bryant always not satisfied with just winning a title. There was always a phrase that he would use when he was being interviewed in the press conference in the finals. Hey, what do you feel about this win? Well, the job's not finished. We got to go out there and get another win. We got to go out there and get another W. We want to do it again next year. So he was always looking ahead of what he already had. So that is winning is just a byproduct for overachievers. It's just a byproduct. This is part of the process. They like to go above and beyond expectations, right? If the expectation is X, how do I make X, becoming Y and then a Z, right? If the expectation is a 10, how do I make it an 11? How do I make it a 12? That is what an overachiever does. Great example, Kobe Bryant. He was an overachiever. Another one is obviously Michael Jordan, one of the, arguably one of the greatest player in basketball. It's really not about them. It's how do I make my team better, right? And that is the difference between an achiever and an overachiever. That is no longer, with the overachiever, it's no longer about me. It's about how do I make my team better? How do I get them to the next level so that they too can become the better version for themselves? So those are the 3 levels of achievers in business. And you can relate that to just really any sport, anything in life. But in business, you're always going to have the underachievers, the achievers, and the overachievers. Now, with that being said, every one of those goes through a level of beliefs. So there are 4 levels of believers. The number 1 is going to be a non-believer. Okay, the non-believer, they do not believe in anything, not the company that they work for, not the system that they're in. They cannot be convinced what it is or what it can be, how it can be better. There's really no point in argument with that individual. It is a waste of time. It is a waste of energy. It drains your energy. I don't know about yourself, but I have experienced that multiple times where I'm with someone and you cannot just change the mindset of that individual, right? They have the right to see the things that they see, how they see it, how they believe it, how they sense it. However, when you are looking to get them to not agree with you, but make them see from a different point of view, if they cannot see that, it is really a waste of time for yourself, and it's just a drain energy. The second one is going to be a doubter. The doubter, they attempt to listen and then they follow, but they eventually quit. You understand? So they attempt to listen. They say yes, they agree with everything with you. They follow you. Although they're not in the same page as you, and then those are the ones that eventually quit on you. Why? Because not belief. They're doubters. They cannot handle rejection very well. They are easily influenced by an outside force that could be negatively. Why are you doing what you're doing? Didn't wait till you get a good job, go to school, get into massive debt so that you can achieve better in life. They are easily influenced. Now, with that being said, a doubter can actually be influenced by a good force that can make them into a believer. So it just depends on who you surround yourself with. And there's that famous phrase that everybody knows, that you become who you surround yourself with. So with that in mind, the next level of believer, it's believer. The believer, the challenge with that is that they don't always take the action that is necessary for them to get to the next level. So they believe in the product, they believe in the service that they are offering. The challenge becomes taking the action. And that is one of the biggest challenges with the believer. How do I get them to believe? They already believe, but how do I get them to take the necessary action, the necessary steps that they need to get to the next level. Which brings me to number 4. This is mission driven. This is a crusader, someone who stands by the company, who believes in the company. They are on a mission to give people an opportunity to do something greater than themselves, to make them a better version of themselves. They protect the company and help make better. I don't know how many times have you come across anybody who believes in a product, and we always judge them. That has happened to me too, where I'm judging that individual. Like, you know, I'm thinking, you know, this person it's hardcore person by what the company that they work for, the service that they provide. They just stand by the company. They believe in, they have a deep root in that culture. They're considered company people, and they are in for the long term to really make a difference, to make a name, not only for themselves, but to make the brand that much better. They usually benefit as a byproduct of being focused on helping families. So a crusader, it's all in. Again, it's for the mission bigger than myself. How do I value? How do I contribute to society? How do I make them better? Those individuals, you know that they're gonna do great things in life. You already see them. They're usually the most successful people that you're gonna find yourself out there. It's a blessing to having to work with a crusader, to be a mission driven, but not only to work for them, but there's always so much that you can learn from them as well when it comes to the values that they carry, the beliefs that they carry. They're always in for the growth, the personal growth for themselves. And then not only that, but they pass that on to the other people that they work for or the team that they lead. It's about them. It becomes more than myself. It becomes, you know, about my community. The book, Think and Grow Rich, actually was written many years ago. But this book, it's got to be probably one of the top 2, maybe top 3, depending on how you look at it. For me, it's got to be top 2 of all time. It is highly recommended by a lot of businesses that are successful. You're talking the multi-billionaire companies out there. But this book, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, really comes about the mindset. We all go through that. I went through that myself. Still, I'm not saying that I have completely mastered that, but I do believe that I have the ability, the skills, because of the books that I get myself in front of. But this book will definitely help you have those breakthroughs, have that different shift of paradigm of where if you standing here and you're looking at an angle of how you view things in life, maybe you make a 1-degree shift. You might see a different point of view on how you're viewing whatever is it that you're viewing in life. And so it just makes you that 1% better. Highly encourage you to read the book. With that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know, put it down below, put them in the comments. Let me know if there's a different level of a belief system that you think it's out there that you can share with us, so that therefore we can share that as well. But with that being said, please follow, subscribe, help us with the algorithm, as I said, to get to more people, so that therefore we can touch their lives as well. Follow us on social media if you haven't done so. All of the social media links are going to be down below. Until then, guys, thank you, and we will see you on the